Yes, I gave the court substantial amount of proof. I'm just going to show you just a little bit of one, of some things I would wake up and find under my pillow, under my son's bed, on top of my son's novel. This is a conversation between myself and my son's father's younger brother when I was saying that they need to come and take this shit out of my home because I've left him now. I've divorced him already. So I said they need to come and break whatever curse is on this shit. And I gave the court, yes, the court actually does not admit diabolism, but the strength of my accusation make them worry for concern about my child because it's a boy's life. If I can speak and I can talk and this is all they did to me, I would wake up. His mother was... we were married for, he said we were married for, that we lived together for 6 months, but we lived together for 10 months after marriage because I came back from America 2 months after I gave birth, February. 2 months was February, March, April, and I divorced him, and I left his house by December. So that's 9-10 months, right? So he said it was 6 months. I don't know where his head was, though, but he said it was 6 months, and I'm saying it was 9-10 months that we lived together. And in that 9 to 10 months, his mother was there maybe like 5 times. And she would stay for like maybe 2 weeks. It's okay. Family is okay. I did not worry about that. My concern was the spiritual artifact that this woman would bring into the house all the time. That was only the time when I became defensive or I became disrespectful to any member of his family when it came to that. Because I always spoke up. I never kept quiet about it. I always spoke up. So we always had fights about it. I also have documents of him telling me how he wants to go back. I'm sure all of those things will come up on this thing. How he wants to, how he was going to borrow money from me so he can go and do some jazz. I have all the documents here. Because he has a daughter already who he says that he doesn't have. He came out and said that he has no child apart from King. This man has a child. And the mother of this child is jealously protecting the girl not to even be close to them. Because we all know, for one, I got married to him, so I know who he is. Churchill is a very selfish, manipulative person. This is a man that would insult his own mother, call her all sorts of names, treat her as though she was a scum, or reply her. He's a terrible person, so to speak. He's a very terrible person. And the only thing he cares about, and that's why anytime we fought, anytime he hit me and he beat me, I would always go to his jazz drawer, I would break his jazz, or I would go to his clothes where he has his designers. I would break them, or I would break his laptop because I know that was the only thing that affected him. And I can remember clearly, he said it in his interview the first time, we still with the same Azuka. And I also have documents of me telling Azuka. There's a document here. I said, Azuka, I'm born again and I would not lie that I never broke properties. Anytime I was beaten, my revenge was to go back and break everything. So yes, I broke properties. I destroyed properties. He can do anything to anybody because he wants to be rich. There's actually something, I'm not going to say, I will wait to be pushed. I will wait to be pushed. There is something I saw between him and his mother. But I will wait, Churchill, to be pushed. I have said it once in a message. It was there. Maybe people will forget about it. But I will wait to be pushed. Now, 41919, Yahoo. You go online, you dupe white women, you go online, you dupe people. That's what my son's father does. I'm not proud of it. I said this interview is mainly not for Nigerians. I want my son to grow. I'm not the kind of mother that's going to hide things from her son. No. My son would know everything and the whole truth. I'm not going to lie to him, but then I'm not going to hide things from him. So yes, my son's father is a fraud. He does Yahoo. How I know? Because I caught him in the middle of a red candle with laptop in his lap and a red pants on and a red cloth tied around his waist. Not just that. Coming from the house we stayed in, when I was married to him, this man told everybody that he bought the house. He didn't buy this house. This house was rented. This approved that it was rented. This approved of conversation between me and the agent when the agent did not do something right in the house. I told him how much we paid for rent. Everything is there. I told him how much he paid for rent, and this is a conversation of the landlord himself. This is a conversation from the landlord himself. He said, look at it. This here is from the landlord. So, different things. I know he's 419 because I know he's 419. It's on the streets. Go to Ghana and ask about him. He says he's into IT. Please, what has he done? What is the IT? Let me know. What IT work has this man done? Why would you buy a car and your name is not on the car? You see how this thing about the fraud money? You see, I've leaded him to know a few things. When they cannot bring in money into Nigeria from fraud, they buy cars. So it is very easy for you to say a Yahoo boy has cars. But it is very hard for you to say a Yahoo boy has properties, and that's one thing that was his problem. When he's out of money for so long, Yahoo does not pay for so long, immediately the Yahoo pays, he wants to buy clothes, he wants to buy this, he forgets to invest. Even the house in Ghana that this man told me, lied to me, that he owns the house in Ghana. Now this is a message. This is a message between I and the agent. The agent came to my page on Instagram to embarrass the life out of me. Called me a very dirty woman. Called me how useless and how stupid and how disgusting I and my ex-husband was. I only got to read it and read it and read it. This is the agent who rented the house this man lied that he bought in Ghana. The man even told me in this message, he said, your son's clothes are lying down everywhere. I didn't know that my son's father had taken his property and ran away from the home. I didn't know that. So they were asking him they were actually asking me that we should come and pay for the balance of whatever rent, and also we should come and clean up and arrange and put together their home back how they gave it to us. I also, on this, I gave the man his mother's phone number. I said, call this phone number. But I bet you the woman would tell you she does not know the boy, but that is his mother. That's the message. He came back and said, I called the number. It was a London number because the mother stays in London. It was a London number. I gave him the correct number for his mother. His mother said she does not know a Churchill, and off the phone. 2 days later, that phone went off because I had already casted the number online. So people were already calling the number. 2 days later, they changed the phone. This is his mother in on the same scam. The first time I met them, the mother told me she's Obasanjo's wife. It's a scam. He told me he's Obasanjo's son. It's a scam. Anyway. He was a librarian for Obasanjo. His father, God bless his soul, even if I did not know him, I'm not sure I would have hated him totally. This is his father. This is who his father is. His father was Obasanjo's gardener that graduated into being a spiritual leader. This is his father. This man has never for one day, he always puts Obasanjo on Obasanjo's birthday, happy birthday, daddy. Even the brother. If you go to his page, you will see him and Obasanjo, daddy, I came to see daddy. Not for one day have they ever posted this man's picture because they want to keep scamming people that they're Obasanjo's son. This is his father. No relationship with Obasanjo. If this man had a relationship with Obasanjo, I would be the happiest girl on earth. Because it's a name that my son will inherit and work on to be a better person in life. This is his father. When I went for the first time, I knew that he was not. I had always suspected because I was the one spending. I told you, I said, why we met, he was broke. He started having money after I left to go and give birth. That's when his first Yahoo ever money came, when I know him. That's the first time I ever knew him with money, because that was when he paid for the, I think it was 8 million, the 60 million naira apartment we stayed in for 2 years rent. So that was the first time his money came in. That was the first time, the car was the first time. The car was the first time money came and everything started to happen for him to do. So every other thing, I was the one trying to do it for him. So yes, this is his father. You see the same resemblance. Even my son looks like him somehow.